Hi folks, welcome back to the Monkey's Uncle Dud Club. Today we're going to do a van tour of the Monkeymobile. Let me give you a quick tour around and show you what we've done. It is a Volkswagen Transporter T4 1.9 turbo diesel. It's got the ABL engine in it, the original engine. The wheels are Audi RS wheels, which were on it when I bought it. The tyres are 245 45R. Added the sidebars and the decals myself, and the bonnet wrap, which is it's raining today, a carbon fibre look. I don't know if you can see that on the video. Wind deflectors on, which make a big difference. If you can get those on, get them. Certainly make a difference on the motorway. I've changed the side indicators, as you see on one of the early videos. Put the clear lenses in with an orange bulb. The back, if you've subscribed to the channel, you'll see we've changed the rear light clusters as well. Put the smoke ones in. Out the back here is where the electric hookup cable comes out of. That's just a false light fitting in there. The cable comes out of there. This was already fitted. The tow bar, thankfully, it's come in handy so many times. I usually use a little trailer now to take all my camping stuff, the awning accessory, put them in the trailer, hook up. That was already fitted. But in the back, right. Now, excuse the noise, a little bit noisy. 3-season sleeping bag. Now the reason I haven't vacuumed it packed flat, which makes sense, don't, because it flattens all the fibres in these bags and they're cold. I made that mistake first off, and then I read somewhere on another forum, someone kindly explained the science behind it. The fibres get flattened and they can't get the air in and keep you warm, so I don't flatten them anymore, albeit it's a bit noisy. Again, the same with the pillows. I just don't vacuum them out and they stay nice and pumped up. I've also done a little video on this, the Fogarty mattress topper. That's also, if you've subscribed, you'll see that. Explains that. 30 quid. We got that from the local Dunelm, and that makes a massive difference on the rock and roll bed. It fits perfectly, 3/4 size. Well worth investing in. A little table. I bought a bus vest. Sticker bomb that up. That comes in very handy when you put the whiskies on, you set on the campfire. Now these were an investment. Thankfully I've never needed them, but somebody else on the campsite has done and used them. Get out of a muddy patch. You can obviously snow and ice, but they're well worth sticking there. Something you don't necessarily always think of, but purchase those for a couple of quid. Again, this was only £1 from many supermarkets, and it negates the need to have to buy a water carrier and then fill that up. Get one of these, fresh spring water, get on the campsite, and you can use that as your water carrier as well. You can keep refilling it. At the back here, we've got fire extinguisher. That's another light. And this, again, was another charity shop find. Of all things, a secure throw line. If you buy water, which we very often are camping, rivers, streams, ponds, lakes, the seaside invariably, I've just screwed that there, just my own safety, peace of mind. Here I've got my umbrella. Great British weather, it's always raining. Now this, I don't know if you can see that there, was off the bottom of a kickboard from a kitchen refit we did. Took that off, screwed it in there. Hey presto, umbrella holder. Don't leave home without it. Your carbon monoxide tester and alarm. Yep, that works. Always worth it, just in case. Alright, we'll do the first time. Here, a magnetic. These were about £3.50. They've got hooks on, all magnets, and again these are really bright. You can move them around, stick them in your awning, hang them up on the side of the van, wherever. LED lights, battery run. Got a couple of those. They make a massive difference. Out of the way. Underneath the seat, I've been very lucky. I've got my next door neighbour is a builder, and he knocked together some old chipboard and made some drawers for me to store my food. Then we just slide, you measure them up, slide underneath the beds. So there's all my food, and obviously the ubiquitous bottles of medicine which need drinking before they go out of date. In one of the early videos is the table I mentioned. Again, this was made from the offcuts of the kitchen refurb we had at home. The curtains all the way round were made up by a local curtain firm, curtain shop. I went in and asked her what she had, if she had the material, and she kindly knocked them together for me. It's some blackout curtain blind that I believe, from the lady herself, was from Rio Ferdinand's cinema room. She'd been commissioned to make these curtains, and this was some material left over, so that's my claim to fame. I've got Rio Ferdinand's cast off, just curtain wire, a couple of little self-tapping screws in there. Obviously you can get the proper rails and the proper curtains, but I'm all about recycling and reusing, and this was some cast off material that was left over, and she even made some tie backs for me, and they keep it nice and dark in the van. This side we've just got another net. We bought a couple of these. There's one inside the van we got from Busfest, and these in here's all the flags and the rest of the bunting that we put up when we put the flagpole up when we go away to festivals. On the inside of the doors, most modern cars have lights. These are little magnetic ones and battery driven. I've got the stickers and the lights which go on the inside of those to give it a little bit of extra safety feature. Believe it or not, from wish.com of all places, but again, other online shops are available. When that closes, it hits the little magnet on the inside of the door there, lined up, and turns the lights off. Again, just a couple of quid each for the stickers and the lights. A little added extra safety feature. By far the biggest expense I've spent on the van, and I would recommend it if you could, if you haven't already got one. Before they changed the rulings with the DVLA, I put a pop top roof. I'll show you, I'll put that up for you now. Okay, want to come inside and have a look? Inside here we've got zip down windows, which allow some ventilation and lighting. Give that extra little bit of light inside. This part does pull down. Obviously you can stand up. I'm 5'11", and you've got plenty of room to stand up inside if you're well over 6 foot. This pulls down and it's on gas struts, and will come down, and up the top there is another mattress, and so you can get a couple of kids up there or a small adult. It's the full length of the van. This seat I've had recovered. I'll show you around the other side. Put a swivel base in. A little bit of a fiddly job. Took me a couple of hours to do, but it's doable all the same, and it's made a massive, massive difference to when you turn that round. You can sit facing each other or whoever inside the van. We've got the table. Underneath here, just the old bit of carpet which I've stuck on with some magnet strips. Gives you a little bit of extra storage and keeps that nice and tidy and clean up there. Seat storage. As I say, one of the things about the vans is they don't have a heck of a lot of storage, but in here we've got the sink, and I installed a cooker in here, which is a dometic, ordered off the internet. The problem is now, even if you install these, add your side windows and your pop top, the DVLA won't class them as a camper van. The only way around it is you have to install a hard top if you want to change it over on the registration document. So underneath here I have a couple of case cookers, some cheap drawers which I stack all my tea, coffee, cutlery, accessories, first aid kit. This is the hose for the cooker, which I'd say I don't use. I can put a gas bottle in there, but I tend to just use a little gas canister cookers. Inside of the door I've attached a couple of stick-on hooks. These unfortunately don't stick on for very long when they've got stuff rattling around. So what I've done, I put a tiny little screw through the top of them to hold them on, and they work brilliantly now. A little bit of extra storage there for all your utensils. Dustpan and brush bits and pieces in there, lights. That's on that side. This side we've got the water, fresh water and wastewater tanks for the sink. Behind there we've got the larger battery and the panel for the solar charger, and my inverter up here. So another cheap tray that I bought from a bathroom section of a local hardware store, which just screws straight to the back of the board up there. It's a little bit more extra storage. Okay. This is the rail for the table, which I made in an earlier video. I'll show you that. Put that on there. Up here we've got, if it doesn't fall out, the wife's gin glasses, plastic gin glasses, and all the pots and pans. Another cupboard, which is, again, we've just been camping recently, has not been tidied out. More pots and pans in the kettle, and the collapsible bowls, and some more blankets and storage for clothes. This side, again, now this was a nice little cheeky find at a local charity shop, which is where I get quite a lot of camping stuff, to be fair. A mirror, I screwed it to the board on the side of the van, which my good lady does her makeup in the morning. A little bottle opener, and here we have some coat hooks. You can store anything on there. And these are the cob headlights, which again I did a review on. Another side netting where once the bed's pulled out, we can just put your mobile phones in and bits and pieces during the night. The lights here, cool to the touch, the LED spotlights. The original ones which were in the van, which were like your typical kitchen downlighters, and I just replaced with LED bulbs so they don't get hot now and you're not going to burn yourself on them, and use a lot less power out of your battery. The DVD player, which keeps you entertained at night. To be fair, by the time we've got to bed after a boozy night around the campfire, we don't spend much time watching DVDs. We're shattered after all the fresh air. But that was about £75. I think it came from America for about $100. Easy to fit myself, and that's on the top there if you want to watch that. Inside, I think that's pretty much it. These, again, got a couple of these in the van, in and around the van. I did a video on those if you want to have a look at that. Cheap and easy dehumidifiers made from cat litter and an old takeaway tray. In the front of the van, the seats, as I say, this is a double seat which swivels round. I've had these recovered. A friend of mine kindly did those for me. Disc lock, which goes on the steering wheel, highly recommend one of those, well worth it, or some other form of vehicle security. The stereo, is a rip speed flip front. You can also play CDs, DVDs and music through an iPod, or as I do, the memory stick. The speakers were already installed when I got those, so I haven't fitted those myself. Also in the dashboard I installed, again, this is only a couple of quid off eBay. Other shops are available, of course. A outside temperature gauge, which, along with the double USB sockets there, I fitted to the power supply for the back of the stereo. Easy to fit. I'm not a genius by a long stretch of imagination. I should have really didn't think about it at the time, but done a video on how to do those. So that's the front of the van. I don't know if you can get a good view up the top there, but there is a solar panel fitted as well on top of the roof, the pop top roof, which powers the leisure battery. That was done professionally, I didn't do that, but you can do them yourself if you've got the know-how. And that is the Monkeymobile. If you've any questions, you want to know anything, please feel free to leave a comment, ask some questions in the comment section below, and we'll do our best to answer them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the Monkeys Uncle Dubs Club, and we'll see you next time with another van tour, one of our members hopefully. Thanks for watching.